Have you ever gone to the doctor? I want to ask you this. Type in yes or no. Have you ever gone to the doctor and your doctor's nose is buried in his paperwork and he doesn't even look up at you? This happened to me recently. This has been my inspiration for this live today. And you might have left the doctor's office thinking, wow, he didn't listen to a word I said. He doesn't even understand where I'm coming from. Or maybe you left feeling like, what just happened? And you're spending all this money on your doctor's visit. Or maybe he belittled you and he told you the pain is in your head. Or worse than that, he tells you that this is a normal part of aging. You're leaking, your prolapse, your pain. This is normal. You got to suck it up. You got to live with it, right? Or worse than that, his only option for you is what? Give you some pills, give you an injection, give you some potion, right? And then you're left there thinking, is there anything else, right? So today I want to talk about how to advocate for yourself in your doctor's office. And that's going to be actually next week. We're going to talk about that. But we need to we need to know right now, because of the changing, what's happening right now in women's health is changing everything. So how do you navigate right now and find somebody who's going to listen to you, someone who's going to advocate for you, someone who's going to be who's going to be a partner with you, so that you can create a true healing relationship with your doctor, whether it be a doctor, a naturopath, osteopath, whether it be whatever, this is very important. So I have a solution for you. And this is the first step in advocating for yourself. Type in the word masterclass. I'm inviting everybody to my masterclass because we are going to go deep into that in the masterclasses that I'm going to be doing coming up sometime in a couple of weeks from now. Okay. Now type in the word masterclass so you can get that. And then you're going to get some really delicious bonuses as well. Because when you get these bonuses, they're also going to help you advocate for yourself and help you understand how to really navigate this new system, which is all Zoom-based, very difficult to get appointments. And so now more than ever, women really need to understand that if you're going to work with somebody, you don't waste your damn time. You don't want to go there and be on what I call the Dr. Rose show. Okay. Now, for those who don't know me, hi, everyone. Isa Herrera here, and I help women, navigate the system, but I also help them have happy vaginas and happy mindsets, because I think that that's really the most important thing right now that we all need in order to navigate this new and better normal that's coming. Now, get this. When a woman seeks help for pelvic issues, these are all real stats, right? 50% are dissatisfied with their care. That's a lot of people. Right. The average woman can see 5 doctors before she gets a diagnosis. I actually think it's much higher. Okay, I've seen more than that. The average doctor visit lasts 7 to 10 minutes, and now with Zoom is actually less. Right. So 7 to 10 minutes, you got to get in your word. You got to really understand what it is that you want, and you got to navigate that visit. But before you do that, you have to be in partnership with somebody who deeply understands what it is that you need. Now, if you are with, trying to go with your insurance, trying to get someone who they participate in my insurance, just because they participate in insurance doesn't mean that that's the best person for you to see, right? So today I'm going to talk about how to create a winning partnership with your caregiver, whoever they are. Okay, whoever they are, right? And so if you want, hit the share button right now. So make sure you have this on your timeline. Share this with a woman who really needs to hear this message right now. These days, it's really important to do the sharing, because you never know where anything is going to end up anymore. Okay. So the first thing that I want to talk about is Bedside Manner. This is the one thing that I think really throws women off their game. Really throws them off their game, right? Because you may go to a clinician who rubs you the wrong way, who you go in the room and you're like, oh, why am I even here? Right? So before that happens, you really have to figure out and investigate and ask for referrals and find out if this clinician, this MD, right, suits your personal style. Because many women are really unhappy with doctors' bedside manners. This is one thing they don't teach in medical school. I went to medical school. They never taught me that, right? Thank God I didn't drink the Kool-Aid, and I woke up before I finished the whole program and decided to change my life. But I know all about doctors and many doctor friends, and I tell them over and over again, your bedside manner, if you either have to like have more compassion, more empathy, more understanding for your patient, because if you don't, it's just a big turn off to the patient, and then the woman is left there and she feels what? She feels more alone. She feels like the system has forgotten about her, which, by the way, it has. But this personal style is very important. So I have a doctor. I love him to bits. He's like me, loud, honest, tells you how it is. His personal style suits me. But sometimes if I recommend a patient to him, one of my patients, one of my clients, they say, oh, Isa, I am so turned off by his bedside manner. And I totally get that. He's not going to suit everyone. So you have to have that energetic component, right? That relationship with your doctor. It cannot be top-down medicine anymore. It doesn't work. And if you allow that to happen, then what's going to happen is you're going to fall for advice that is going to bring you down the yellow brick road of despair, and it's not going to work for you. And then you're going to wonder, what am I going to do now? And, type in yes or no, because I've seen this over and over again, right? So I see a lot of hearts coming through. That's really great. I love when I see the hearts. That means that I'm doing something here, right? So, a good doctor also tells you pros and cons of anything they're recommending. One of the things that irks me the most, that makes me crazy beyond anything, like when women came to see me in my Madison Avenue Center, I had an informed consent document. They signed it. I explained to them what was going to happen. I explained to them what could happen. I explained to them what was happening. I explained the pros and cons. And then I said, well, how do you want to move forward? And then I navigated her special wishes. But I can't tell you how many thousands and thousands and thousands of women I have seen who get some surgical procedure, who get some kind of medication, who get some kind of injection, and they don't know what's in the medication, what the procedure was, and why they're taking the medication. Oh, the doctor just gave it to me. Sign a little prescription pad, boom, gave it to you. And then you go home and you take it. And it's not your fault. It is the responsibility of and if I know I have a lot of professionals that follow me, it is the responsibility of the professional, of the MD, of the caregiver, of the clinician, of the osteopath and naturopath to tell you the pros and cons to everything that they're recommending. And now you know this. So the next time you go into your doctor's office and they recommend something, you can say, hey, doctor, what are the pros and cons of this procedure? What is it exactly that you're going to do? What can I expect? Is there going to be pain? Do I need to take medication? What are the medications? Is there an alternative to this medication? What are the side effects? Because we can't just have people do things to our bodies anymore, recommend things for our bodies, take these medications, get these surgical procedures without knowing what the hell's going on. You're going to end up behind the 8 ball. And I have seen so much suffering because proper informed consent is not done. And if your doctor keeps you in the dark, and if your doctor doesn't explain, or whomever you're going to, the pros and cons of what they're doing to your body, then that's the time to check out. That's the time to say, you know what, maybe I need to find somebody else. Because now with these Zoom calls and these Zoom, doctor visits, there's very little time for you to communicate with your MD. So you gotta be on your tiptoes to make sure that you find the right person who's gonna help you become the captain of your own ship, who's gonna hold you gently in their arms and say, yes, from here you can spring forward and you can make decisions that make sense for your own healthcare. But that's not what I'm seeing. I'm seeing desperation. I'm seeing women just settling for whatever it is that the MD is telling them. And then what happens? It doesn't work. And then they become more infected with hopelessness. And that's when I see a big infection of hopelessness. And in my private community, in the pelvic wellness community, I make sure that my community knows this, and I bring this out to the world as well, because I'm trying to help as many women heal as possible. Now, a good doctor listens, right? I went to a doctor, right? Because I have an issue with my shoulder. It's getting better, you know. And I go to the doctor, right? I want to get a stem cell injection, right? Because I don't want to do surgery. I'm trying to do everything as natural as possible. And the guy, big top athletic doctor in New York City, right? Doesn't even bother looking up at me. I'm like, hold on. I'm supposed to spend like thousands and thousands of dollars, and you're not telling me the pros and cons. You're not going to tell me what you're going to do. You're not going to tell me diagnostic. And you know what I did? I took my purse and I left. And I said, thank you very much, but I can see that this is not going to work out. It takes ovaries to do something like that. It takes a lot of ovaries to say, hey, something doesn't feel right here. And am I going to listen to my gut, my intuition, my inner healer? Or am I going to squash down my light, swallow my tears, and get top-down medicine? Because that's not going to work anymore. And this whole thing is showing us that we really need to navigate our own healthcare journey for whatever reason that you need. And I'm going to say it was a very expensive visit. It was a very expensive lesson, but I was mesmerized by his little portfolio. Oh, and he's this, and he's big, and he's going to say, and he's going to help my shoulder. And you know what? What a turnoff. What a big turnoff. And I don't want that to happen to you. I should have done my research. I should have at least tried to find some Google video or something like that so I can see what the hell he looked like. But I just said, no, he's the top in the country. I'm going to go to see him. And what an egomaniac. Not for me. So I walked out. You have that choice as well. Okay? We're not stuck. We're actually dynamic, beautiful queens. And the way we navigate the system, especially when it comes to our pelvic health, is to know more about our pelvic health, not less, which is why I'm inviting everybody to my masterclass. Okay? And that's the beginning. And then after that, we're going to go on a journey where I'm going to open up my program, and we're going to do this program together for 12 weeks. And I've changed it a little bit, so it's going to be really, really great thing. But come to the masterclass first. Okay? Make sure that it resonates with you. Now, this was the other thing. So I went and I found a different doctor who I love with all my heart and all my soul. Really dynamic guy, very sensitive, compassionate, beautiful touch. And he did this crazy thing on me that's called peppering. It's a new technique for trigger points and pain. You know, when you want to go natural, but going natural sometimes is painful. And it was so much for me at that doctor's appointment that I personally couldn't take it. And what happened was I passed out, right? Because it was very, I knew what it was. I knew the consequences of it, but I thought I was going to be, hey, let's do it. I'm like, you know, super Issa. It's not going to affect me. And so we didn't get to the stem cell injection part and to the other treatment. And he was so kind, right? He said, I'll open my office early, super early in the morning, so that you can come and we can continue this therapy. Right now, I want you to go home. I want you to rest. Very concerned for my well-being. Very concerned. You know me, I'm very stoic. I was like, let's just continue the therapy. And he said no. So a good partner is available for follow-up visits and questions. So then I called him that night. I said, wow, this really hurts here. Is this normal? And he got on the phone right away, and he spoke to me. He took me off the ledge, you know, because I can get on the ledge real quickly, right? And so much kindness. And that follow-up visit was so incredible. It made me want to see him more. It made me want to recommend him. It made me trust him, right? So if a doctor is not available for follow-up visits, so the next visit is like 10 weeks from now, and they don't have a way that you can actually, you know, connect with them, holy moly. Why would you want to see somebody who's not available for you? And then you got to pay them on top of that? Does that even make sense? Doesn't make any sense. beyond to really put themselves out there for you. And there's a lot of people like that. But you got to kiss a lot of frogs before you get to the prince in the medical system, right? Now, a good doctor is never rude, doesn't put you down, doesn't belittle you, doesn't make you feel like you're crazy, doesn't treat you like the little woman, and doesn't put you in the corner. Now, when I went to this other doctor, this top guy, right, the one I talked about, New York City, very rude guy, very egotistical, right? Very like, hey, look at me, I'm so good, I'm so great, everyone needs to bow down. And that should have been my first inclination that this guy was not the guy for me. But nevertheless, I still went. And by the way, if their front office is also rude when you call, then that's also an indication. Because when I had my clinic on Madison Avenue for 12 years, my front office was compassionate, understanding, loving. Because the front office is an extension of you. So if that's the first indication, or if everything is so damn automated like these days, everything's so automated, nobody wants to talk to you, and you need more hand-holding, you need someone to look you in the eyes, someone to be like your partner, mano a mano, then that's the first indication that maybe that person is not for you. Because I consider front office rudeness to be a deal breaker for me. There's nothing more that I hate than when I call for a clinician, whatever it be, a PT, OT, whatever the hell it is, and the front office is very rude and treats me like they're doing me a favor when I'm paying out of my pocket for my services. Deal breaker. Deal breaker. So I want everyone to really start thinking about this, because healthcare is changing the way it does business. And I am hoping for the better. But right now, it's up to us. It's up to us to create the experience that we want. It's up to us to choose the individuals we want to work with who are what? Who are going to be in alignment with us. Because if it's top-down medicine, I don't want it. And you shouldn't either. You should be able to make your own choices when you get informed consent. Informed consent is everything. Do your research before you say, yes, I'm going to undergo this therapy, or I'm going to undergo and get this pelvic injection, or whatever the case may be. But informed consent is the way to go. So and how to communicate, how to navigate, how to come out ahead, and how to be the captains of their own ship. Because honestly, I've treated over 15,000 women. I've overseen over 52,000 in my clinic in New York City. Very busy clinic. I shut that clinic down so I can do more of this work, because I want to bring this healing to the world. My mission is to heal 1 million women, to help them heal themselves from pelvic floor dysfunction. And it's something that I take very seriously. And I won't stop. But what I'm seeing right now is this whole real strange health system. And when I started seeing this, I'm like, you know what? I got to tell my queens how to create a better health journey for themselves by becoming the captain of your ship, so that you can navigate and you know what to watch out for. Like in Spanish, we say, mucho ojo, means lots of eyes. And then opening up your heart and being strong enough to walk away. Because no way do we need to put up with this nonsense anymore. So the healthcare system right now is changing. And it's telling us that we have less power. It's telling us that we don't know what we want anymore. It's telling us, don't worry. Don't worry, Miss Herrera, I'm going to take care of you. But let me tell you something. Ain't no one going to come to save us. And if you think someone's going to come to save you, you are open the eyes. I have treated over 15,000 women. I have heard 15,000 stories, many of them not really pleasant, many of them very negative, right? And a lot of these women, right, including myself. So I mean, when I was first starting out, oh Lord, I did the same thing. I mean, I had this one doctor when I was in the height of my pelvic pain. Okay, two stories, and then I'm gonna end it because I know everybody wants to get on with the day. Two stories. One, I had this one doctor put like a needle in my sit bone. I didn't even know what the hell it was. I just trusted him. I didn't even ask him what it was. I had another doctor who poured a purple chemical on my vagina. And that was when I decided, when I walked out of that office with my purple vagina, which is very funny now because, you know, in hindsight, all suffering has its reason. All suffering is there to awaken us, right? But we're so afraid. Oh, I'm going to suffer. Oh, I'm going to be uncomfortable. No, this is part of the healing journey. So when I walked out of that office with my purple vagina and I went home and my husband saw that, he said, what happened? I said, I don't know. She wanted to pour this purple chemical on me and I just let her. Right? The holistic gynecologist. And so that moment, that purple vagina moment, that was the moment that I woke up and I said, wow, I have given my power away. And, you know, some wake up moments come in many different forms. For me, it was when I was walking out of that place with my purple dyed vagina. I can't make this up even if I wanted to. Because who would believe a story like that? Crazy story, right? So make sure that your doctor, I know it's hard to find a good doctor to be in partnership with, but make sure that the doctor suits your style. He's empathetic, good listener. When I say he, I mean he or she is open to explaining everything to you and giving you informed consent. No one should be doing anything without informed consent, period. Okay? Make sure your doctor has an open door policy so that if you need help, you can get the right help. For the love of God, the last thing you need is something happens and you can't even contact the MD because missing in action, right? And make sure that they're not rude to you, that they don't belittle you, that they don't tell you that this is a normal part of aging or this is a normal part of motherhood or this is a normal part of menopause. Because I call bull crap on that. I call bull crap, and you should call bull crap on it too. And when you do these simple things, then and only then can we take back control of our health. And when I say health, I mean pelvic health, because I'm a pelvic floor physical therapist. I mainly focus on that. We take back our health from the MDs who quickly want to remove the uterus or quickly want to do a mesh or quickly want to do a sling surgery. And they make it sound like it's going to the store and you're going to get a little candy and you're going to leave. And 24-hour procedure, everything's going to be good. Don't worry. Well, no, I want my informed consent, right? Because that's where it's at. And you go in there, and you stick your chest out. You go in there really proud, knowing your anatomy, knowing what you need, and explaining them in a loving way what it is that you want. And if they can't give it to you, it's like being in a relationship with a man. They can't give you what you need, then maybe it's time for you to pack your bags and hit the road, Jill. You know what I mean? So if that's the case, then that's okay. But you've come to that realization on your own. You've awakened your inner healer and you trust yourself and you trust the messages of your body. And the messages of our bodies doesn't lie to us. My intuition doesn't lie to me. My gut doesn't lie to me. But yet, what do? We put our power into the doctor's hands and we say, hey, doctor, save me. Save me. It's not going to work anymore. It's up to you. You navigate the trip. You navigate the journey. And you are the captain of your own ship. Right? And that's really what's important. Now, I wanted to talk about this because I'm seeing some crazy stuff out there. I'm like, oh my God, you know, I get hundreds of emails a day And I'm like, and I start to read those emails and I just start to go crazy. And this is one of the reasons why I want to do this. This is one of the reasons why I put myself out there. It's not always easy, but I believe in you and I want you to believe in you as well. And know that you have that power within you and you always will. Always, always. Thank you for joining the Pelvic Power Hour show. Thank you for watching on the replay. Please hit the share button now so it goes on your timeline if you want to keep this for later. And then join the masterclass and share it with everybody. Share it with all the women in your life. Share with everybody, your granddaughters, your cousins, your everybody. All women should be coming to this. I do it for free. And then, of course, I'm going to open up my program, and those who want to continue to work with me can work with me, and those who it's still really valuable, incredible information, because you know that when I bring it, I bring the fire. Okay? I bring the fire, and I teach really beautiful things. They're right there in the masterclass. I've had women even have healings, which is so beautiful to see. So I just want to tell everyone that I love you very much, that hold the light, hold the hope, right? That's what it's called for us. Hold your truth. Don't be afraid to be you. Be you. Shine your light. Shine your light bright so the whole world can see you. And then you can shine the light to somebody else who maybe is sitting in the dark wondering, what's it all about? Everybody right now is struggling. And if you can lend a hand out, and if you can help someone, and if you can share this, right? Why not? Why not put ourselves out there? Let's do this together so that no one pulls the wool over our eyes anymore and tells us, oh, Miss So-and-so, you got to do what I tell you to do. No, you got to do what I tell you to do, because I am what? The consumer of your services. And we got to treat it that way. And next week, I'm going to be doing another thing about the Dr. Rose Show. That's my favorite topic. And I'm going to tell you, that's a good topic. It's my favorite topic. Everybody knows hashtag Dr. Rose Show, right? That's my hashtag. Because I was on the Dr. Rose Show. I was led down the wrong way. I was used as a pincushion, and I didn't know. I didn't know any better. But when you know better, you do better. And it's all about self-forgiveness and self-compassion. And I think that's it, shine your light strong. Hold on to the hope, right? You are your own savior. You are the heroine of your own story, okay? I want to wish everyone a beautiful day. Thank you for being here. I love, so many queens. Thank you, Lori, Nora, Phyllis, Gail, Nancy, Glenda, Charlotte, Robin, Akria, Deborah, Sheris, Betsy, Irene. Oh, so beautiful. So thank you. Thank you for, I can't see that. I want to read this message. Thank you for bringing customer service into the medical and health field. Yeah, it's all about that. I love that. I think I'm going to use that tagline. I love that, Lily. Thank you so much for putting that up, because honestly, we have purchasing power. Let's not forget that. Purchasing power it means a lot. And we got to keep our eyes open. We got to find the right people. And then most importantly, we need to navigate our own health journey by being the captain of our boat. I wish I had a steering wheel, steering that wheel, steering that boat. So what if you make the wrong choice? So what? Pick yourself up and keep going. That's what healing is about, right? All right, everyone. Take care of yourself. Have a great, great evening. Thank you for being here. I thank you for putting your trust in me. I don't take that lightly. And I love you guys. Thank you for allowing me to do the work that I do and to bring, this information out there. Really, it really touches my heart. Thank you. Thank you. Bye, guys.